A drag queen Christmas, now in its 8th year, has sparked controversy here in Missouri as the GOP is finally getting their chance to show that they are all in on the moral panic targeting the LGBTQ community here. Senator Bill Eigel, planning to run for governor, coincidentally, sent a letter to the Chesterfield mayor saying that the event would violate state and local laws designed to protect minors from pornographic material. To be clear, Bill and several other members of the GOP here in Missouri are claiming that drag shows are in fact porn, even echoing calls for conservatives to call the police if they see parents bringing a minor into a drag show. All of this makes me wonder why a group that thinks that minors seeing performers dressed in fabulous outfits that challenge gender norms is criminal, but they can't seem to summon that same courage toward movie theaters that allow parents to bring minors into R-rated movies that contain nudity and violence and all kinds of sexual content. It's almost like the targeting of the LGBTQ community as groomers is nothing new, and it's just the latest in a long list of moral panics that really just help the purveyors of said panic, politicians, gain more power. But looking back, we realize those panics were actually dumb and really regressive. Think the Red Scare and the witch hunt for communists in America. The actual witch hunts in Salem. The Satanic Panic, targeting the fantasy improv games, and of course, rock music, or violent video games, or the moral panics around the LGBTQ community being dangerous to kids from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Man, you guys really don't want to let this one go, huh? But as it pertains to this story, I kind of think that the people like Bill Eigel that are so worked up about this don't actually know what a drag performance is. So this one's for you, Bill. Don't let the business on top fool you. This is a Pajama Party TED Talk for Bill Eigel on drag. Drag is performance art, and it's been with us for hundreds, even thousands of years. It's basically a person dressing up in an outfit that normally would be associated with the opposite sex to perform in front of an audience. There's lots of modern examples like Tootsie, Mrs. Doubtfire, the Bosom Buddies, one of my favorites, Hairspray. We have recorded examples of drag performances all the way back to ancient Egypt and Greece. You may find it fascinating that all the original performances of Shakespeare's greatest works were done in drag because men played all the women's parts. There are even drag kings, Bill. Drag made its way to America in the early 1900s during vaudeville performances. But obscenity laws over the years have forced many of these performers to practice their art in hiding. Not always though, Bill. Here's Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis doing drag in the 50s. Ooh, Bing Crosby. However, law enforcement continue to crack down on the LGBTQ community, including drag performers. If you don't know about Stonewall, you should look it up. In the 80s, though, drag gained more prominence through things like Wigstock from New York, and of course, John Waters casting drag icon Divine in a bunch of his movies. Bill, if you haven't seen the original Hairspray, please watch it. If it doesn't make you crack a smile, I'll reimburse your rental or something. The most famous drag queen then came RuPaul. Actor, musician, talk show host. This queen could do it all. And the show, RuPaul's Drag Race, gave America an opportunity to get a better look into drag culture and get to know a lot of up-and-coming drag performers. Oh look, Nina West, the host of the Christmas show that you targeted, was on RuPaul's Drag Race. So, the bottom line is I hope this helped you learn a little bit more about the history of this performance art known as drag shows. Maybe it's even inspired you to go see a drag show, because I can tell you personally from experience, anytime I've gone, they've been pretty fun. I can also say confidently that drag performances are not inherently unlawful. And frankly, generally speaking, they do contain artistic value, even if they may offend some people's sensibilities. But what do I know?